Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Mystic Sisters. I'm here with my one and only Ona.
Yes, from the killing fields of Chicago.
I thought it was the leek fields of Chicago. Wild leek.
That we are
Wild
armed with
leek.
leeks and glitter. We will slap you with the leeks and stick glitter on you if you show up here, which looks like it's going to happen between the last time I, double check things and the letters from credible sources. So our city has put out a counter letter basically saying, try not to suck. Please reconsider. Thank you. And outlined like these people need to not have masks on. They have to wear badges. They have to wear body cams, like a whole outline of criteria. And there's going to be a protest on Monday. And I got my glitter ready.
Ready for the protest.
It's on the altar here.
Well, that's a good place for it. That puts extra juju in the glitter. It'll never come out of there. They'll be wiping glitter off their butts for months.
Hi, everybody. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us in this very heightened seasonal weekend. Ooh, boy.
The shift is happening from hot, crazy summer to hopefully not hotter, but probably crazier fall.
It has been very cool. It's been really nice here. I got to say, just picturesque, clear, perfect temperature, nice and cool, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for this sort of thing. Like it just snapped. It's cool now.
Yeah, I was sitting outside with Michael today, and it was beautiful, warm and sunny, but there was a breeze, and the breeze was cold. So yeah. I'm like, it's already starting to change.
It's starting to change. Somebody said, be safe. I will be safe. I'm safe. I'm not worried. I just want to document as much as I can, and I will, of everything that's going on.
Yeah, exciting. It's exciting here too. Trump did the mayor of Boston told Trump to pretty much stay out of our city, and we're going to protect our citizens, just like your guy did.
That's where those were our the same thing. So that might be the next sort of plan. I don't know. These things seem to happen and just before these holiday weekends, that like 4th of July and stuff like that, to sort of like scare people over the holiday weekend. I mean, this email, we just got this today. So that's one thing, to sort of scare you. We were sort of ready for this already. And anything that comes in that's credible is taken seriously. And, we got this. Like, we got wild leaks. We got glitter. We are on it. If I have to go to jail, I will let you know. I'm going to I will put my phone number and my name, with Sharpie on myself. I'll have my phone, but you don't know what can happen to your phone. So.
Yeah. So it was a tough week. It was a tough week. I think the toughest part was, of course, what happened in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. I mean, we have a friend who does our astrology salon with us who lives in Minneapolis. And it's a lot to deal with when it's in your city,
I don't know. I remember tornado drills being scary. Like hiding under your desk. Imagine the metal fucking desk.
Well, it's better than duck and cover. That wasn't going to do anything. You were going to be dead.
But it was scary. It was scary. They made it like a scary exercise, right? But that you have to do that now. And the one place, like a church, some of the stuff is so intense that I can't even wrap my whole brain around it. I know that sometimes when I close my eyes, I just try and visualize light going up if I have to stop that reel from thinking about all this, everything, the church shooting and all the other stuff that's going on that is designed to make me feel unsafe. And I won't let it.
I saw something go through my feed about the Minnesota thing, and it was, I don't know who the guy was. I don't know how things sometimes get up on my feed. It pops up there. I'm like, I've never looked at anything like this. Why are they showing me this? Which is a good question to ask anyway. But it was and I didn't watch it. I just saw the headline, and it
Mm-hmm.
was sort of like his mother forced him, or it was his mother. Like they're blaming the mother for his transgender. I mean, obviously, then there was a picture of him when he was young. He looked like a good kid. There's a
I think there's always a way to like you know what, you have to blame somebody because that kid's gone and there's no way you can question them. And that's just the natural order of things is, well, it was your fault. When somebody dies of an overdose, they're suing the drug dealer. When somebody gets a DUI, you're suing the liquor store owner. There's always a way to make you feel afraid. Antidepressants, they've got there's a lot of things. And believe me, living with a kid that went through, that's still like in this transition thing, there's a lot of things that need supportive care that are out of your bandwidth that you need professionals to assist them with, right? So if you deny it or you ignore it and this person isn't getting the supportive care, they're a sensitive group, y'all. Highly, highly sensitive group. And, start going to dark, dark places.
This kid who did the shooting, I think he was born in 99, maybe no, 90, 1990, no, 2002, I think. Right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe the one before that. I don't know. It's like so hard to keep track. It's just like these are the kids that grew up with live shooter drills.
Yeah. 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 And
I'm
really heavily influenced by everything around them. I find this like the Pluto. I don't want to say Pluto and Sag because it's not all of them, but it seems like there's a lot of direction from things outside of their immediate environment that has heavily influenced them.
Well, there's when we were kids, we had no exposure to anything but that's right, whatever our parents allowed. There wasn't a lot even to have, and then whatever they would allow in the house. You weren't just allowed to watch anything and look at anything and learn about anything. There was our lives were our worlds were so small. These kids' worlds are
Yeah.
so big. And the pressures are just incredible. I mean, how do we expect any child living in the world that we're living in now to have any kind of, I mean, look what we do to our children. Look what we're doing to the children of Gaza and
Right.
Ukraine and
Right.
Russia. I mean, just because Russia attacked Ukraine doesn't mean that the children in Russia aren't suffering. Of course they are.
I wonder if there's anyone here in the childbearing age in the audience here that has thought about delaying having kids. I had mine when I was 39, so I'm in that group, I guess. But I wonder if everything, the milieu that's going on, is making you think, let's hold off on that.
Well,
Right. You know,
I don't know if I think I would. I would consider it certainly, you know.
I think that is really the thing that I tell people. That's I feel is successful is live the life that you need to live first, so you don't have to drag your kids in it. Do all the fun stuff, the traveling, the the things that you really enjoy, and when you're ready, it's ready for you.
Mm.
But there should be like, that stuff, that background that makes it just more robust of a person, but it's you can't drag your kids through the life you want to live, right? And then it said Chicago mayor signed executive order today. No police cooperate with National Guard or federal agents. Yeah, and they laid out criteria for what they're supposed to wear and look like too. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. We've got a little dance. We've got a lot of glitter. So we'll see what the future holds. Oh my gosh.
I think before the show, that sounds great. Before we got on, we were talking about, how the mayors and the governors. I know the mayor of Boston was pretty much, she's a woman. If you're a woman, if you're black, or if you're a black woman, that's even more. I mean, I think Chicago got picked on more the first time because Lightfoot was she
Oh
was
yeah.
not a woman. Now you just have
Yeah.
this guy who happens to be black, right? So,
Yeah.
and then of course we have the mayor of our largest city and the capital is an Asian. I think she's from Thailand or Korea. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. It might be Taiwan. I feel terrible. It might be anyway. She's from an Asian country, and our governor is a gay woman. So
Yeah.
what are the chances of them picking on Massachusetts, right?
You know what, we don't need to have certain, there's people in office that I think it's a good idea, and we don't need them egging this on. It's not a good idea. It's not an emergency. The last time the National Guard was here was during COVID. That was my experience, and they drove down the street when a caravan of them when they were setting up a testing station. That's what you need them for.
Hmm.
Right? We don't need them for the Mexican Independence Parade, which is next weekend, which is, that's why they're coming.
Right. And here we have all the kids coming back to school. It's a very busy weekend for people coming back into Massachusetts. And then
Yes.
once school starts, I think we're going to see
Yes.
a lot more protests because those kids are really, I mean, they have the most to lose really in
Yes.
so they want to fight for their rights. We're going to hear
Yeah.
about it.
That's going to be interesting to watch the campus there, because you're
There's
right.
so
Your
many of them.
population just grew.
You
Like,
can't throw a rock in Boston and not hit a campus. I mean, there's just so many schools around here. But
good.
of course, they'll
Good.
probably go to Harvard. Like that'll be, where they want to make their stand. Not the administration, not necessarily Harvard, but oish kibibs, this crazy
Yeah,
world.
it'll be okay. Pull a Mystic Sisters card so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I will be there with you. I will be there with everybody.
I
What I
do
see.
I do have a question for you, Ona. So this was the
Yes.
card last month.
Persephone.
Last week. Persephone, right? And so she's the queen of hell, and she's standing on all these skulls. But so there's this sense of sort of having made some sort of transition or transformation, maybe coming out of something this week. Was there anything for you? Because I actually did have something for me this week. You feel like a shift for yourself, a difference?
Well, maybe financial.
Did did your child get another boot on the car? No. Good
No,
financial. Good.
no, not in a good financial way. No, maybe
Yep.
just like it's rolling around property tax time, and I'm like, I don't know how that's going to happen. But that's pretty much it. Just kind of, no, not really. I can't say. Yeah, I don't think so.
I had some realizations around my mother, my Angelina, who I took care of. Um, and I think for the first time, he's been gone since December of 2022. Was that a sneeze?
He's coughing on his own juices.
Oh, I do that all the time, and it makes me feel so old. Oh, one popped up. All right. So yeah, so I think for the first time I mourned my mother's passing this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt a little bit of that. I didn't, for me, a lot of times I don't realize it's there until it's
Yeah.
just there, and then I'm able to release it.
Yeah.
So a card did pop out as I was shuffling, and it is the Awakening card again. Awakening,
Interesting.
and it
Okay.
says, okay, hold on. It's like the first card or second card. Um, Sprouting new beginnings and dawning. Oh, I like this. Says the awakening goddess opens her eyes to a fresh world bursting with life. She sprouts from the earth and is thoroughly grounded. However, she has been dreaming for so long she finds it hard. She has become entangled in roots. New beginnings and awakenings simultaneously offer exhilaration and recognition of the substantial struggles ahead. Drawing this card suggests that you have found yourself in such a state, but trust that the momentum of nature is on your side. The spring goddess encourages you to trust in your own innate abilities and make progress and have faith you will push through.
Oh, I do. I do.
So, one of the reasons why I named tonight's episode um, is also had this sense. I was sort of watching, everything that was going on here and there, different places, in between doing my regular stuff. And I thought to myself, like all this energy that's going to all this stuff, right? Imagine if
Mhm.
we just turn that energy towards loving one another and healing and just sort of change, like shift our consciousness in the direction of what we want to see instead of what's being shown to us.
Yeah.
And so when we can do that, I know it's important, especially for somebody who lives in a large city that's under the sort of the 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 cloud of what's going to happen in my big city, right? I think it's important to be aware, but then spend most of your time doing what you love and being of service in whatever way you can. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I do. That's the easiest thing for me. And I think that's also the hardest thing for me to stop is I see something and I think, okay, how can I fix it? Right? Somebody's shopping bag is torn. I got an extra one. Do you have an extra bag? Of course. Everything is like, and I almost look for it.
Yeah. Well, that
You know?
the South Node in Virgo is asking us to release some of that stuff, that
Let
need
some of that go.
yeah,
Yeah.
to always be the one that has to fix it. Some things you have to take on faith. And I think that a lot of what's happening now, we're going to have to take on faith. There's not a whole lot we can do, but what we can do. And so that's what
Yeah.
we should be doing. You know, I mean, I can look at the stars and tell people what I find and teach about things because that's what I do. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Paula wants to know what is going to be the position of the moon and sun during the eclipse that'll be at the end of Virgo and the end of Pisces.
The full moon's at 16 of Pisces.
It's
So the
16.
full moon is right in the, yeah,
Oh,
right
that's
in
right.
like the
Full
mid,
moon.
right? That's the full moon. The
Yes.
new
I was
moon,
thinking the new one.
the new
Yes.
moon is at 30,
We're in the
and
middle.
it's opposite Saturn. So and it's an eclipse. It's a very potent time. September is going to be another one of those quite a months, and the vibration is the moon this month, right?
Yeah.
Wait, let me think.
Yeah.
It's
919,
nine.
19.
Oh
It's the
no, it's
sun.
not the moon. It's the sun. So
Yeah.
this is the moon. We're in the moon month. That's right. So
Yeah.
August, right? August was the moon month. No. Yes. I'm sorry. I can't do math in my head. Oh Jesus.
At
So
the 9 year and the 9 month are 18.
18.
That's when the
Yes.
first day of September would be a 19, starts with a
Oh, it is.
sun. That's it.
So it is a moon. It is the
It's a
whole
moon
month.
month.
The whole month is a moon month. Yes, that's what I meant to say. So a lot of things coming up from under the surface.
Yeah.
Um, on the tree of life, that path is the path that connects the forces of nature to the earth. So we can
Yeah.
expect some big weather. Um, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. I mean, the energy. I mean, we're in it and we're feeling it and we're going through all this stuff and we're fretting. The whole world is on pins and needles as well. It's not just us. Everybody is like awake now. It's like the all the
Yes.
alarms are going off, and it's up to us, I think, to shift that and focus. Like, we can't control what's going on, but we can be conduits of the energy
Oh, yeah.
that's happening, and we can sort of be a cohesive field to channel that energy by being ourselves.
Your good self.
Your whole self. Your
Your
whole
whole
self.
self. Your good self.
Your whole
I do
self.
that every day.
You don't have to be good all the time. You could be a
Yeah,
shit.
I tell people this all the time, and I do this every day. You could change. You have control over the narrative of a conversation every time you start one. You've got this. Like, you know what direction to not go in, and you know what direction you can go in. It's all, you have control over all of it. And it is, I've gotten into like little tiffs with like people in this building, just little like dog things. And if I get on the elevator with that person, I could be like this, or I could be like, oh my gosh, it's so nice outside. Isn't it great? Are you spending some time outside? Two different, directions. You've got that control. And trust me, when you take that second route, it changes everything. And we have to be, we are, and I remember this. If I'm thinking that my city's going to have some restrictions and things like that, the people I am closest to physically are my first responders. Get nice with your neighbors.
That's right.
Get nice with your neighbors.
That's right. Right. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be people watching out for people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh
Policy
my
says we
goodness.
are naturally good people. We are. The bottom line is we know how that operates. But we're just fed so much negativity and so much fear. We forget how we operate. I know Giblets wants to operate from a little from a tree here. And then I'm going to keep him in my arms because that's how he is.
I'm just scanning the comments here while you
We got
pick
to
up.
do a WTF question because these people love that stuff. Thank you for, if you're watching the Donnie a Day comments.
Those are great.
Or the Donnie Day card for the comments. It's really interesting because it's a story, every day till it's not, I don't have to pull those anymore. Won't be long. I have to get a new deck though. Here, holding on that for a little bit and see what happens.
Hmm.
We won't be able to see any of this moon's eclipse during well, we're going to have a moonshine episode this week because the full moon will be next week, but
And it's the eclipse.
it won't be, it is the eclipse, but from, I think, us, the United States, we won't see the part that's eclipsing. Am I correct? It won't be sort of darkened by, we'll be able to still see a pretty
I think it's an annular. I think it might be an annular.
okay.
Right. No. That's solar. I think we'll see something. I don't know if it's a total.
Okay.
I should probably know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I have the technology. Let me look. Let me look on my phone. Technology.
Like Sandra says, yes, still waiting for the dirt nap, waiting Donnie Day cards. I did see that there was a picture released of him, but that today I said we've got the hermit card. That's not from today. That's from when he still walked with shoes on. I know he's only wearing slippers right now.
Walked with shoes on. Oh my god.
I am going to Scream Club on Sunday night also. If anybody wants to go to North Avenue Beach in front of the Castaways bodega down there is a Scream Club, and we write notes and on biodegradable paper and throw them into the lake and scream at it. I'll be there tomorrow.
So this coming week, we have Saturn going back into Pisces.
Yes.
And we're in a moon month, right? So that's doubling down on the Pisces. Mercury moves into Virgo this week on the 2nd.
I'm good with that.
But then every time a planet moves into the beginning of a sign, it hits that mini grand trine of the transpersonals. So Mercury goes into Virgo, but it gets hit by an inconjunct to Saturn, an inconjunct to Neptune, a square to Uranus, and an inconjunct to Pluto. So it becomes part of a yod, Mercury in Virgo. So that's a lot of pressure to make adjustments in the way you think about something. And then on the 4th, which is Thursday, Mars squares Jupiter. So anytime, Mars square anything, usually gets hot. Things get hot.
Yeah.
But it's in water, right? Where's right?
Jupiter's in Cancer.
Jupiter's in Cancer. Okay, so Jupiter's in Cancer and Mars is in Libra, right? So air and water. Air and water. And then on the 6th, which is Saturday, next Mystic Sisters on Ona's channel, Uranus goes retrograde. And then the next day is the eclipse. So this week, I hate to tell you guys, in case you were wondering if it was going to be a nice quiet week, it is not. It is not.
Honestly, I'm just getting really high pitch ringing.
I had that. I just had that happen to me right before we came on.
Yeah. It's been on and off, and I've had my headphones on a lot because I don't know what's going on, but it's probably all this air and energy and all this Uranus and Gemini, and it's just something's ringing. Something's ringing. And if I sat down every time and said, okay, what is that with a deck of cards? I'd be here all day with a deck of cards. It's been happening a lot.
Yes, I saw that birthday too. He has in 2002, the kids born in 2002 were Pluto and Sagittarius, and Pluto was on the South Node. So there's a lot of true believers in that group. Yeah, a lot of true
Okay.
believers. But also, obviously this kid was mentally, um, you know, not not integrated, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's these. I like I said, these kids are growing up in a world that we have no idea. And kids
Yeah.
express, like you can deny all the problems, but just like in a family, a family, says, "Oh, nothing's wrong," and then you'll always have that one kid that has to like blow up because everything's wrong and nobody's willing to say it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the kids now. They just like, what does their future look like?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, why not take it all to tear it all down? It doesn't look
You
very good.
know, even though a lot of this stuff is available and you understand it, you still, when your kid is in crisis, there's still a part of you that wants to take the responsibility for saving them,
Of course.
for making it okay, right? So I used to, it was like during COVID, I had like glass, like old jars and stuff, and I wrapped them in paper and old towels and stuff. And I said, when you are about to like go off, like when you're going to explode, you're in the garage, take a hammer to it, smash the glass, go for it, right? He threw it off the balcony. So even when you think you're doing something that is like this will help get rid of some of this energy, some of this anger, it might not be the right thing, or that they still don't know how to process it. It was very challenging. Um, Estrogen is challenging. So I don't know what this kid was taking either.
Right.
If he wasn't getting the estrogen properly prescribed, he's taking like some bathtub shit or something and was just raged. He's got some messed up hormones.
So far we have two people who's a 21-year-old daughter not interested in children, and a couple 42 who mostly don't want to do it because of the environment.
Yeah, I wonder what the milieu is about that
Yeah.
these days. Son and daughter, yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Rose Blue said, "Chopper what gets that out too." And I wish I had.
Well, there's another consideration why these kids aren't having kids is because it's too fucking expensive. And there's maybe no health care. We don't, like there's no like everything is just like a crapshoot pretty much for them, right? I mean, I don't think it has to be that way, but that's what it looks like, right? That's why I say we have to focus on what we want to see, not what's being shown to us. That we can only get that with our permission. They can only get that with our permission.
Yeah. It is expensive, but if you want to have kids and you're waiting for the right time where you think you're financially ready for that, you're not. You're still not. The RFK thing has been like chewing on my brain a little bit this week, but I'm really glad the CDC admin walked out the way they did, and I hope that happens more frequently. I'm scared for healthcare.
Well, healthcare is broken. So, I mean, I understand you're scared for healthcare, but it's completely ridiculous the way it's run, and for the reasons it's run. No, we have to. It's all going to be ground up stuff. We can do it though. We can do. Going to have AI. We're going to have. We're going. There's so many ways. We just have to like stop fighting over things that don't really matter and have nothing to do with us. Like, well, it has to do with us, but like these MAGA people who are backing Trump, what the hell is he going to do for them? They're losing their what do you call that? Their snap.
Yeah.
And he's getting a jet from the Qataris. You think he's gonna what? He's gonna do a food drop for those
Because
people?
when all of this stuff actually the consequences and it manifests itself when we've got consequences, he won't even be there. people will shift that over to Vance's administration. It'll be his fault. It'll be his problem. They're setting him up for the fall.
Well, they're setting him up to be the puppet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not gonna run anything. It's gonna be what his overlords tell him to do.
I just want this chapter to be over before I unstick those pages. Oh my God, that's going to be a whole nother thing when this guy is ready to rock. Oh my God.
Well, we'll see. Again, we'll see. It might be so bad, and he changes his personality, like he changes his underwear. Maybe he'll turn around and go back to being who he was.
I'm hoping.
And we'll be like, well, he wasn't that person before. It's like, who cares? We got work to do. Like, it might come down to that. Right. It might not matter.
It might not. And I think that is an advantage because he can be at least mutable, right? And really whatever inflates him. You notice though, and I think I mentioned in astrology class, he's showing gray. So we have a visual of somebody who looks a little older, a little mature. He's so setting up for this thing, for this takeover. No eyeliner anymore. He's putting, and he's more visible than any other vice president. They never showed up like that.
Well, that's because the president was in charge. And the vice president would be just doing it. The president would say, you got to do this. The vice president would do it. Now, this guy does, Trump is like, has dementia. And the people around him, I don't think they really know what they're doing. They're diabolical, but they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're messing everything up. Like, we forget how bad they are at governing.
They are messing everything up.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there are things, I think we can come back from this stronger. It's going to take a long time, but, things have been broken for a long time, too. Things have been broken.
Yes. And it'll be interesting how it regrows itself, because it's not going to be like it was. And it can't be the way they're projecting. What are you pulling cards on? Are we doing a WTF question?
I thought I would just pull some cards on September, because I think it's going to be, I think we should have a little bit of look forward, but then we have time to do some WTFs. We have another half hour. We got plenty of time.
Plenty of time. New Oracle deck. I'm going to do September. This will be good because it is the rewilding. I'll show you. Because I want to do something different with giblets too, the rewilding. So it's like collage of people and animals, of restoring our kinship with all things.
When I was, before we got on and before Michael went up to make supper, we were outside and there was a Cooper's hawk in the tree hunting. It was so cool. It was so beautiful. Oh my God.
I love it.
Okay. All right, September morn.
Eclipses
until the night became a brand new day. Okay. I start with the Four of Pentacles, protection. So we're feeling the need for protection. It's important for us to have a safe space, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, one for each week.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. And how many weeks? 5?
4.
So
September.
4?
Yeah.
Oh.
We could use a few Cooper's hawks around here. There's been some rat sightings.
I thought we had a whole bunch of cherries and some of them had gone bad. So I took all the cherries that went bad and I threw them in the backyard.
Yeah.
for like the, the just whatever, whoever wants a cherry. Like they weren't all
Yeah.
bad. They were a
Yeah.
little soft, so I threw them out. And
I
then
used to do that. Yeah.
the Cooper's hawk was around. I was like, I think I was feeding the mice, and he was like, hey, let's see what's going on in the grass over here,
That's
right?
how nature works. I used to take stale bread in Tennessee and I'd whip it off the deck into the ravine, feed the
Yeah.
critters.
Feed the critters. Yeah,
Feed
it's
the
better than
critters.
going in the garbage.
Yeah. Here, speaking of critters,
Well,
even the critter right here. Give them
I'm
enough
gonna
time.
do. You're gonna do week by week. I want to just do a general spread. So why don't you
Okay.
go week by week, and then I'll see what I came up with.
The
Yeah.
first week, and I'm not going to read all the narrative on all. The first week is illumination.
Ooh.
So there'll be some kind of like enlightenment.
Oh, that kind of sounds like the full moon.
This is, yes, it does sound like, and this is a wolf, and this could be a clip, a wolf in little girl's clothing. So that kind of a role reversal. And he's holding a wand with a star. And the second week is transition. So starting where we have the eclipse, maybe you see
Yeah.
the
The-
moon's back there and the horns. So yeah, there's going to be some, even I would say, pulling your plants out of the garden, kind of they're moving on sort of thing right around that time. Week 3 is lost and found. It's actually the cover of the book there. I'll go into more depth in this and look at it, but it's recovery. There's some recovery. And week 4, get ready for a big harvest. You're picking everything from the garden, offering lots and lots of stuff. Go get that one.
So this is the reading I get for September. We start with the Four of Pentacles. So we're feeling like we maybe are a little insecure, or we're feeling a little overprotective, right? Not bad. The challenge is the Star. And so the challenge is to be able to like still focus on the hope and the dream. I
Yeah,
think it's going to be hard for some people, right?
yeah,
Underneath, I get the Page of Vessels, which is the Page of Cups. So the otter is known to play. So I feel like this is like at the root of this. You need to play so that you'll be happy, right? So we can't forget to play. We can't forget. It's a
yeah.
lot of serious stuff happening. You have to remember to play. In the past, I get the Seven of Vessels, which is called mourning in this deck. So we could be feeling like we're mourning our country, right? We're
That's
mourning
today.
the
7 of
losses.
Cups. Yeah.
In the sky, I get the Nine of Arrows. This would be the Nine of Swords, and it says dedication. I think. Wait, yeah, dedication. And so she's sort of surrounded by all these uh, um, arrows in all different directions, and yet she's still able to sort of um, put an arrow in her bow. Like she's not losing her focus. Strangely, when you see the other cards, there's a lot of arrows in this deck, but even in this reading. So the immediate future, which is the card for really the whole month, is the Knight of Arrows, which is the hawk, which is exactly the hawk that was in the tree,
Oh my God.
right there. And hawks are symbolic of spirit and messages from spirit. So I would say that you need to stay open to
Yeah.
the messages that you're getting from spirit. How it's seen from the outside, so from maybe other places, other countries, right? We get the archer. This is the chariot card in this deck. But again, we have an archer, right? So she's focused on her target, right? She's focused on her target.
That's the
In
JD.
the domestic situation, I get the 10 of arrows, and this is teaching your children how to focus on the target, right? Where do you want to go? Where do you want that arrow to go, right? Hopes and fears. The 5 of arrows, frustration. This is about people getting away with stuff. The outcome, I get endurance, the 5 of pentacles. So it feels like it's going to be, at the end, it's going to be harder because things have happened, and it's good
Yeah.
because it started right with this one. Oops, hold on. It started with this one, right? The reading, and ended with this one.
Yeah.
It's like in the same place, only you have to endure. So there's a certain amount of endurance, but underneath, I got oh no, and then I picked until I picked a major arcana, and I got the 6 of arrows, which is transition. So that's the river Styx, right? Somebody maybe transitions. And then we get the strength card, as above, so below.
Leo.
And then underneath it, I get the page of bows. This is a stout, so this is a weasel. I wonder who that could be. Um, the knight of bows. This is probably um, JD Vance. This might be, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
No,
Miller.
Nosferatu.
Yes.
And
Weasel.
then the death card, transition.
I wonder, the chariot has always been like a meter in my head, because just before the election, that chariot card and JD Vance, and following this very willful person. And that's what the chariot card feels to me. It's more will than controlling the direction, but willfully controlling that direction. And the chariot card came up on this spread too. And there's a transition at the end. And the weasel's at the funeral. The weasel's at the funeral.
So I think what you want to take from this, I know what everybody's like, woo, but what you really want to take from this, I think, is to be able to, again, focus. Because say this is what happens, right? Then what do we do?
Yeah. We start a whole new chapter.
And then we have to like roll up our sleeves and figure out how we're going to get out of this mess. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but that's when that like necessity is the mother of invention.
But remember this.
Inventing ourselves.
Remember this, that even people that voted for Donnie do not like JD. So this is the opportunity to have some cohesive opinions about him, whether the last one is you voted for them or not. So there's opportunity for some good growth, even though it's going to be like he's such a putz, but everybody agrees he's a putz. Everybody.
Yeah. He doesn't have the he doesn't have the diabolicalness of Trump and the people around Trump. You know what I'm saying? But he does have like the diabolicalness of these crazy ass Yarvin people. Right? But
Easily
he
influenced.
still can't do it by himself. He's still not going to be able to do it by himself. So he's going to need cooperation. And I don't know. Again, they're so bad at everything that they do that this would be a great. These are great. You know who I'm worried about? I'm not worried about Trump as much as I am worried about that other hoo-ha, Thurgood or whatever the hell his name is. You know what I'm talking about. Oh God, let me think. The guy in the background. You know what I'm talking. Oh God, I'm not helping, am I?
I know it. Honestly, I got to say, if that happened right now, like this weekend, would JD, who just stepped in, pull back on the National Guard bullshit? I think he would. I think he would take these threats, these things very seriously, and pull the reins back on some of the bullshittery.
It would be interesting to just see what the the Republicans would do, because a lot of them are just doing what they're doing because they're afraid of him, right? So if
Right.
suddenly he wasn't there, I don't know.
That's just my, thought process there. I think they said Peter Thiel, right?
Teal,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how you pronounce it, Teal. That's a
They
scary,
say.
scary person. Yeah, look, there. Laura says he's a monster. She put the little monster emoji.
There's talk
We're
about
so much more
casting.
powerful than any of this crap that we see. Like any of these people, any of them that like physically display their fears, we're so much more powerful in just knowing how ridiculous some of these things are.
Well, that's the magic of Gavin Newsom, right? He's just like he's reflecting the idiocracy and the absolute, like ridiculousness, right? And they're like, how can he be so ridiculous? It's so ridiculous. She should get the like. He's just mimicking Trump. Don't you see that he's like a mirror?
I'm like laugh out loud. I don't know. I did not get on TikTok until maybe a couple weeks, just like very recently. And I'm very spotty with it because I don't like the statistics. Like only 3% of the people that post content on TikTok actually have the background knowledge and degrees and
Yeah,
everything.
anybody.
Like
Anybody
anybody.
could be an expert.
So I'm kind of like pulling back. But when watching some of these some things going on TikTok, I laugh out
Oh
loud.
my God, they're so funny. They're so. And we need to laugh. See, that's the thing. It's doing other things too. It's making, instead of it being like he's like pulling us out of our depression, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
after watching Joe Biden just crumble and then Kamala, try to take the ball to the through the goalposts. I don't know if she ever had the chance to do it because of all the cheating, all the cheating. I mean, it's just all
It
the like
just seems
ballots
like,
that made their way into the ditch, you know.
yeah, I think it was definitely cheated. I don't think that, even if she wasn't qualified or didn't seem like she was up for the game, she was way more qualified than this pile of crap that we have right now. That we've got like a song list going on, like a funeral song list. We have dances. We have like we're ready for this sort of to just. I'm so over it already. Yes,
Well,
I really commit to laughing really hard every day. That's one of those things. It's like taking a vitamin.
yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes I think that things are said and I know things are happening, so it's not like things aren't happening. But things are said and it's nothing. It's just another way to get us all riled up and
Yeah.
focused on them. I don't want to focus on them. I want to focus on I'll watch what's going on because part of my thing is to explain what's going on. So if that's what's going on, you got to know
Yeah.
it. But
You can't
not
ignore it.
not
Yeah.
not to, it doesn't I think I stopped letting it really bug me after the second term. Yeah, after his second year in as the first time. By 2 years, I was able to sort of let what happens to him go. I didn't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like it to be over just because it's exhausting for everybody and we have so much work ahead of us. But you know.
I really go up and down, honestly. And I was thinking about that today. I'm like, now this Donnie a day card, like it was just a joke on the side, one of my side jokes, like for myself, Now it's turning into a thing. And I'm like,
It is a
don't get
thing
your head
though.
back in there. Don't get your head back in there where you're like tracking it now and then pointing
Yeah,
out, oh,
one of the things I don't think people know this about me is I say stuff like I'll do a reading or a taroscope or look at a chart, and I just say what I see and what's coming through. I don't remember anything I say. It doesn't
no,
stick in my head. So
yeah. But I definitely went up and down emotionally and trying to like put grasp around this. The first term
oh
was
my God.
awful. This one is so much worse, but I'm so much more detached
Yeah.
because I'm aware of the PSYOP game
Well,
plan. I know that playbook.
and
You know?
the other thing is astrologically, it's about moving into a new consciousness. So I'm more than willing to let go of this one.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know,
right?
who the hell wants, just like the kids, who the hell wants to do that? Right?
I know. I'm telling you, I try to call them in every day. I'm like, come on, if you guys are in the water or in the sky, I'm right here. I'll turn a light on. Ready for the new world. I am ready for it. And I think we just have to start with these little steps every day because the new one is going to be so much more intense in a good way.
But yeah, and interactive, right? We're finding
Mhm.
our tribes now. This is the thing. We're all here to gather and to share our energy and share our knowledge and share our experiences. Um, I mean, if you go to Substack, you have all these like really good people who were, I guess, once employed and now they're not, like Jim Acosta and like all these people. Like I
Yeah.
don't watch all of them because some of them are like I'm way ahead of them. Like and I'm not like the way I see things happening. I'm way ahead. They're just realizing stuff, right? So it's
Yeah.
interesting, but
And I
um,
worry about people's health care too. I think that a lot of things that we're seeing is just a pile of crap that you have to really be vigilant about your own health.
right, right, and I think that's where we'll also help each other. You know,
Yeah, it's really moving in that direction is this is what I want for me. And you have options and they're never going to tell you all the options you have, but it's a time where you have to be really aware and don't fall into the trap of, JFK's little, I don't even know what he's reading off of, but this is, some vaccines, I got to say, I would agree, and some no. So we'll see what happens with that. But this is tragic.
it's the all or nothing stuff that's the problem. Is it good to question, do they need as many vaccines as they have
Right.
getting at the years that they get them? It's like the difference between when they circumcise a child when it happens at the hospital or when it happens by the mohel, right? The baby
Yeah.
is older, their clotting factors have happened, they don't bleed
Yeah.
as much. There's certain things, but
I'm an advocate for alternative therapies and use them myself more frequently than conventional medicine. But the best response is both, not
yes,
just dump one
right,
and
right,
drink lemon
right.
water every day.
Well, and I think that's going to come to the center too. Like we're doing this
Yeah.
right now, right? We went so far over one way, and now we're going to go this way, and eventually it's going to stop somewhere in the middle, and it's going to be a combination of all of those things. And if we can get over our fear that I don't know that you know that we're each other's enemies. Like nobody really is anybody's enemy. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. Like not really. I mean, I know it exists, but usually for no good reason. Unless people are hungry and their neighbors have food and they won't give them any.
Another thing, you got a big harvest coming in your yard this year and you don't know what to do with everything. You know how they have little library boxes? Put out a box of stuff for people that like free eggplant. What are you going to do with all that eggplant, Vicki? That
Right, I
shit, you
know.
got to work with that.
Right, or we could bring it to the we have a Damien's Kitchen here to give. Yeah, yeah.
That is so helpful.
Yeah,
That's
because
so
these
helpful.
people, I mean, fresh vegetables, they're expensive, especially
Yes.
if you with the tariffs on Mexico, where most of the vegetables come from. Like, so people can't really, we have
I
to,
have
we
to
have to.
say, yeah, the farmers market really didn't budge in their pricing this year. A lot of the stuff I buy is the same as it was last year. Some of the signs are exactly the same that they put on like on their mushrooms and stuff. But the grocery store,
Oh yeah,
I'm exclusively because I could walk there Aldi this summer and a couple of hits, on the way home at one Whole Foods, but I can only get something that's on sale in there. The place is ridiculous.
yeah, yeah. It's nuts. But like, you know what I think is going to happen? I just had like a vision, so I'm going to share it. I see like more like communities getting together for like Saturday suppers, pasta suppers, and things like where people can come and eat,
Yeah.
or either nominal or nothing. I mean, if they can't afford to pay for it, you're not going to not feed them, right? So I feel like there's going to be more of that
Yeah.
happening, and where community has to come in and aid, and you know,
We do. We have a dignity diner in the neighborhood, and there's a person that puts out their, what they need and what they can contribute, and the restaurants that offer stuff that's, day old or whatever. This community is good with that, but it's heavily populated. It's harder for people that are in less populated or rural areas to have the resources that are available to us here. It's not going to be easy, especially in the healthcare.
well, it's not optimal as it is. In most places it's terrible, especially if you're in a red state. So it's only going to get more terrible. It's only going to get more terrible.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting a lot of good, like, people understand vaccine comments in the comment section here. Yeah.
You can't access it, can you?
Yeah.
If you want to pull it up, yeah, pull it up.
Oh, I think so. No, 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 no. I can't.
No, okay, sorry.
This is going to be an interesting week, an interesting September.
Okay, I'm just looking to see if there's maybe one more thing on people's mind that we can explore.
Sandra wants to know if RFK Jr. is going soon. I'll pull a card on that. I really don't give him a lot of. I should do a thing on him, huh?
Yeah, I actually have a thing that I've been like sort of on the back burner for a while, looking at him, like the similarities, because him and his dad have the same name, and how
Mm-hmm.
their names, vibrations, and all that stuff are similar, and how they express them differently. That'd be interesting.
I want to do a mental health spread on him. I just gotta like do a little energy work with him. I know it's like, whoa.
Sorry, I pulled 3 cards, past, present, future, and I
This one.
just saw them,
Okay.
and that made me chuckle.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, what'd you get?
When you said 3 cards, the one card that fell out was the 10 of Pentacles. So that's where he is. Look,
Mm.
look,
Well,
oh, he got the
that's
cool job.
dynastic. That's also dynastic money. That's the Kennedy. That's the Kennedy compound. In
That's the amount of money you're going to make, bitch. Right? And then the Tower was the top card.
mm-hmm.
I can't imagine he isn't having a Tower moment with all the bullshittery. And then the Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, change of fortune. Looks like he's changing. Looks like he's on his way out, honestly.
And what's on the bottom? The 6 of Cups.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Back to how
wrangling whatever, wild game he's used to hunting.
He's hit with his car. I got the past. I got the shaman. So this is the magician in this deck. So the manipulator, right? The prestidigitation, the magician, a little bit of smoke and mirrors. The present, the death card again.
Yeah, it's
transformation. And you're gonna love this. This is the future card.
Ooh.
And he's a Capricorn.
And that's the 9 swords or wands?
It's the 5 of swords.
Oh yeah, no, he's
no, it's not the 5. It's arrows. Yeah, swords. I always forget.
Okay.
Yeah, pointy things. People shooting at him, but he's probably going to get away with it. But I think he's going. Like he's not going to be held accountable for any of the stupid things he's done. But he's done. That's what
it's devastating to the community, to the CDC, the people that had this like amazing credibility. It's devastating to that community. Good, go, girl. Jeez, tired of his shit. I'm happy with those results.
I'm tired of all their shit, quite frankly. I mean, please. It's time to get a woman in there. Well, anyway, whoever. I mean,
she'll show up. She'll show up.
Oh, she's already here. Her name is.
I don't know why. Everybody is placed in the right place at the right time, kind of thing. But I do believe that, and I do believe it's there. Sometimes you just can't figure out why until it's all over, and you sit down with it and you go, "Oh,
yeah." Well, I had one more thought go through my head. Well, I had a lot of thoughts, but one that I remember, which is rare, that I got this vision that we were just like conduits of light, and the thing we have to do is just get out of our own way. Just let the light in. Just open the faucet of light and just let it wash through you. And then you know what I mean? Like we have to, the way doesn't have to be dark. We're in dark days, but when you turn the light on, the darkness goes away. So we just have to shine our light, guys.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you do, I love the Donnie a Day cards. Don't stop, please. I have missed your morning cards and planets, and I used to watch them and then you moved to the Airy.
Yeah, I know. You know what? After my mom died, a lot of things changed, but this is definitely inspiring me. I just don't want to get my head too sick into that sick.
I understand.
No, but it's
just do what I do. Say it, and then forget what you said, and then you don't have to worry about it. You don't. It doesn't matter if you're right, if you're wrong. It doesn't matter nothing. You just say what you see and leave it out. Yeah. Leave it out for everybody. Nobody has to believe us, right? We're just sort of poking our antenna into the ethers and seeing what we come up with. Like, what are the signs here, right?
All these channels that like the Bulwark and stuff, everybody has these opinions, and it's this very linear kind of news. And we're back here going, yeah, I'll pull a card on that for you right now. We're, screaming like we've been talking about this. We've been saying, let's pull these channels together. We can this would be really fun.
I know. Imagine if they'd let us in. Well,
I
guys,
would
it's
love
up to
to.
you because I certainly am not going to listen to us. Let us in. Let us in. Yeah, but you know what I find interesting about especially channels like that is that you're watching the people morph and change and grow. And in my head, I'm going, oh, that looks like that's Pluto doing something to his chart, or or just people are like,
Interesting.
I think, and we'll end on this. I think that I'm always used to hanging out with people like you, right? With you, with other readers, with my students, everybody, we got our head in this metaphysical place
Yeah.
that we forget that other people don't live our lives like we live our lives, and they're not
Mhm.
in the same places we are. And so when the light goes on in them, we're like, wow, we knew that like 4 years ago. But like
Yeah.
it's okay because it's they everybody has their oh, anyway, everybody has their journey, right? Everybody has their journey to enlightenment. And we just have to think that this is just like a crash course in enlightenment.
We're waiting. Like we got you. We got your back whenever they're ready. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. As always, it's such a pleasure to be with you guys. I look forward to Saturday nights um, because of you guys and because of you, Ona and
Thank you.
Jibs.
He's been somewhat good.
Somewhat, let's not. You can't give him
Uh,
a big head.
we are all in this together, stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming down here on a Saturday night
All right,
and joining
guys,
us.
take care. We love you. We'll see you next week.